You ready?
Yeah.
Welcome to the South Jersey Soccer Cast, where we discuss the Union, MLS, the U.S. national teams, and more.
I'm Matt.
And I'm his father, Jim. And welcome to opening day 2023. Much has happened. The off season is over. Everything is ready. People are raring to go as long as the weather cooperates.
Yeah. Games have already been delayed out west,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Including the super hyped El Trafico at the Rose Bowl.
Yes. That's been delayed to July 4th.
Yes. So hopefully that'll happen. Well, it'll happen. So hopefully that'll be a good game.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's kick it off with the news. There's some league news, some union news, and some national team news.
Sure.
So let's start with the union news.
Okay. Union signed a homegrown player, academy kid. His name is Nelson Pierre, 17-year-old forward. Going to add some depth, some rotation. Probably going to be like their fifth choice right now because you got Carranza, Ua, then Donovan and Torres. Then underneath him is Pierre. So
Okay.
in the rotation, but training with the first team at least.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, will be a good, if nothing else, depth piece for rotating in and out.
Yeah. Adds competition for places,
Yeah.
pushes the depth pieces to be better.
Yep. All good things.
Yeah.
All right. As far as league news goes, obviously the Apple TV League Pass, whatever, season pass, I forget. I always get
Season
this wrong.
pass.
Season pass.
Season pass.
I will eventually learn, and it'll be the last year of the contract, and it'll
course.
last show
Yeah.
in 10 years.
Yeah.
I'll finally learn. I subscribed, waiting to see the games, waiting to see the shows. So it's a little early to give it the full review, but I did subscribe. It's all live. It's ready. It's going. So that's good. But the big league news was the playoff reworks. So 9 teams will make the playoffs from each conference.
So out of 14 or 15.
14 or 15, yeah. So that seems like a lot, but they're going to have a wild card match. So the 8 and 9 will both play a wild card match.
Yeah.
It's one game play to the end of regulation and stoppage time. If it's tied, penalty kicks at that point. So there we go. So that's a wild card match. Winner goes on to play the top seed in the opening round. The opening round will be a 3-match series. So the higher seed will go home, away, home. So every team is guaranteed. Every one of the 8 teams that makes it is guaranteed a home game. So it is what it is. I think that's what they were going for. They were trying to figure out a way to do it.
They want as many home playoff games as possible.
Yeah. So during the 3-game series, no ties, no extra time, and no aggregate goals. You either win the game or you don't. End of regulation and stoppage time, penalty kicks. So it's a penalty shootout from like before. After that, it's all single game eliminations like it's been. So the conference semifinals, the conference finals, and the MLS Cup, single game, play through regulation and the stoppage time, 2 15-minute periods of extra time, then PKs.
So like from the conference semifinals on, it just hasn't changed, right?
Right. Yeah, it's just this opening round. It feels really weird because normally when you do playoffs, your longer series are at the end.
Yeah. Like you'd want it in like the conference final or MLS Cup,
Yeah, but
not like the first round.
right. But it's first round. Again, I think it's because they were trying to get every team that qualified for playoffs a home game.
Yeah, but no, I
And
don't like that.
yeah, it just feels weird. It feels weird all around.
Yeah,
And really that's all I I'm just not feeling it. It feels
no,
off. It feels there's something it feels wrong.
yeah. Like if you want a home playoff game, do better in the regular season. That
Yeah.
should be your reward.
Yes. And a bye. But like, oh god, could you imagine giving a team a bye when there's a 3 game series?
Yeah. Plus the
That-
wild card.
Plus the wild card.
Yeah,
So they'd be off for 2 weeks.
at least.
They'd have 2 full weeks off in between. Well, three weeks because it would be 3 weeks between matches. Because it'd be Saturday, and then there'd be the week where they did the wild card, and then they'd have to pack the 3 games into the next week. Then there'd have to be a third week. Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. You couldn't do that.
No.
Like I just feel like they were trying to give everybody a home game. That's the only reason I've seen articulated, and it wasn't even officially articulated. This was commentators saying stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they were going for. That's what they're getting. It just feels weird, feels off, it feels wrong. We'll see when it happens because it's too late to change it now.
Yeah. Like I don't get the reasoning behind being a below average team because if you finish eighth in a 15 team conference or a 14 team conference, you are below average.
Yes.
So a below average team now hosts a playoff game, guaranteed.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
is.
wild card against the 9 seed. If the 9 seed wins, you're now guaranteed to host a playoff game against the top seed. That
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, like I said, it feels off. It feels wrong. I'm not going to continue to criticize it because it just. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's definitely not in the obviously good category.
Yeah. And it just adds more games.
Yeah.
Like if you're a neutral, you're really not gonna care about the first game because nothing really happens.
Right.
No one's eliminated yet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, like I said, it's weird. I don't get it. Anyway, enough of that. If you want to learn more, it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it, and whether or not they like it or not, and who knows. So it's just like I said, it feels weird, feels off, feels wrong. Anyway, U.S. national team news is there's been a few things.
Both national teams.
Both national teams. Let's start with the women's national team and the She Believes Cup. It was a 4-team round robin, almost friendlies for warming up for the World Cup. The U.S. won their 3 games. They won the tournament. They, did they play great? No. There's some questions, with their play, but
Still won the games.
They still won 3 games.
And it's not like they played bad teams either.
And they played 3 other teams that are going to the Women's World Cup. Gave up 1 goal across the 3 games. Okay, scored like 5.
Yeah.
No, more than, did they? I think they scored 5. Might have scored 6. Anyway, they only gave up 1. They won 3 games. Hey.
Yeah.
Can't argue with those results.
No.
And then what's going on with the men's national team?
Okay, so no one's been hired yet. There's the openings for the head coaching job and the sporting director.
Well, isn't the sporting director for U.S. soccer in general? Or is it for the men's team?
I believe it's U.S. soccer in general.
All right, so talk about the coach first.
Okay, so The head coach is still an open position. Berhalter hasn't been re-signed, so U.S. Soccer is looking at other options as well. They contacted Peter Vermees of Sporting KC. He declined. He said no, thank you. Then he extended with Kansas City, so he's happy to be there. Wants to stay.
Yeah, I think. Well, without a sporting director, you may not want to commit till there's an actual sporting director.
That's true, but he did extend with Kansas City, so that kind of leads me to believe that no matter who's the sporting director, he doesn't want it.
Yeah, he may not want it, but anybody else who's sitting on the fence might be thinking, I want to see who the sporting director is first.
And
So what's going on with that spot?
For right now, as far as we know, Ernst Tanner was offered the job, said no, didn't even want to interview.
But didn't even want to interview.
Yeah,
wow,
no.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But then again, if you're not going to take it, why bother with the interview?
Yeah, if you have no interest, you have no interest.
Yeah. So that's two pretty well respected people wanting to stay in the MLS instead of going to the national team.
Yeah.
That's a problem
for
the national teams.
It's a problem with Peter Vermees, not so much Ernst Tanner, because Ernst Tanner it's just another job for him.
Right.
But he has no real ties to the US. It's might be waiting for like the Austrian sporting director job if he ever gets offered.
That's true.
So yeah. It's an issue because Peter Vermees said no, not because Ernst Tanner said no.
Yeah. And Jim Curtin said he would have a really hard time turning down the call.
Yes. But I do like how U.S. Soccer is looking at the right people because Peter Vermees, well respected. He's a good head coach, does a lot of stuff well. He's been in KC forever. And Ernst Tanner's one of the best executives in MLS.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So hopefully they will find people soon.
Yeah. I like who they're looking at. Yeah. It's a shame they got neither, but I like who they're looking at.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we have the Union starting their season later on today.
Yes.
Wow. So reading the internet punditry, people are very high on the Union.
As they really should be. I mean, no real key departures other than Burke and brought everyone back. Why wouldn't they be?
Right. Most of the people I've seen are saying they're going to be first in the East. A small minority have said second. No one has said worse.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
That's actually, I expect them to be first.
Yeah, I expect them to be first.
First in the East. I think they're still going to be class of the East.
Yeah. The beast of the East.
The beast of the East. Yeah. I expect them to make a really credible run at the Supporter Shield and the MLS Cup. I think last year was very disappointing for the team, the way it finished.
Yeah.
They were so close. And when you get that close, it hurts more.
Yeah. Unless both trophies on tiebreakers really hurts.
Yeah. Yes. So I expect them to make credible runs at both of those. I think that's where they're going.
Yeah.
Other than that, they have 3 cup tournaments this year?
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the MLS Cup.
Yeah.
They have to get to that first. But they have 3 that they're guaranteed to go to, the Champions League, the Leagues Cup, and the U.S. Open Cup. Champions League, making a credible run at that as well, I think is something they want to do.
Yeah.
I know you have expectations in particular for this.
I do. Last time they were in the Champions League, they made the semifinal, which was really good. lost to Club America, who's one of the best teams in North America. So no shame there. And yes, they lost 4-0 on aggregate, but they really didn't get thoroughly outplayed. It was all just frustratingly outplayed.
Yeah.
You know, it was like free kicks, penalties, things that really should have been fixed, and disappointing that you can see it on those.
Yeah.
But now they have a better team, more depth. Yeah, they should make the semifinals again.
Yeah. Unless they're going to phone it in, like if they're going to make an honest try at it,
Yeah, which
semifinal or better, I
I,
think.
I don't see this group phoning it in.
No.
This is the pinnacle of club competition in North America. You have to do well.
Yeah. Unlike the U.S. Open Cup.
Yeah, or even the Leagues Cup, because who knows what that's going to be like, right?
Right. The Leagues Cup is interesting because it's first time.
Yeah, of
So who knows what it's going to be like? Be nice to win that the first time.
course.
Be the first winner.
Always be nice to win something. So
There can only one team can be the first one.
yeah,
It'd be nice if it was the Union. With the leagues basically pausing their seasons, I think that kind of lends to the fact that the teams are really going to play. You're not going to have any team actually phoning it in.
yeah,
Whereas in the early rounds and like the Open Cup, a lot of the MLS teams send their B team,
yeah.
and that's just the way it works.
But I could also see like the Leagues Cup, like in that first group stage round, the teams not playing their best 11, maybe a slightly rotated 11,
Yeah.
because it is in the middle of the season.
Yes.
And if you do get knocked out, you get a break. So you get to rest, get any injuries healed if you have any, and you just recover.
Yeah.
So that break might be nice for the teams that get eliminated, but you still want to win it.
Yeah. No, I agree. So, like I said, there's only ever going to be one first tournament winner.
Yeah.
And that would be
Hopefully
nice.
it's the Union.
And the Union have expectations to bring home some hardware.
Yeah. They should.
The U.S. Open Cup, again. Yeah, what are they, are they going to do the same thing that most of the MLS teams do? Are they going to take it a little bit more seriously in the opening rounds? Or in the earlier rounds? I guess the opening rounds, the MLS teams aren't even playing in those.
Yeah.
Because they come in later. Will they phone it in? I hope not. I mean, I don't want to see them phone it in like really bad. But I understand playing a heavily rotated squad, especially in the first couple of rounds where you're playing, depending on who your competition is.
Yeah. But like, no matter who the competition is, like if it's another MLS team, they're probably going to play a rotated squad as well.
Yes.
And it just gives like your youngsters minutes and the ability to compete at the senior level, right?
Right.
So it gives them that opportunity to show what they have and try and play as hard as they can.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see them go on a deep cup run, win the thing finally. Because
Yes.
made 3 finals, lost all 3.
Yeah, let's get this done.
Yeah.
Let's get these done. Let's start bringing some of these trophies home. I think they need to win at least one of them.
They need to win a trophy.
Yeah. I have a feeling that if they won just one trophy, there will be plenty of people that are disappointed.
Yeah.
Maybe
especially
not
if it's just the Open Cup.
Maybe that's not rightful. Maybe it's not right that they should be disappointed, but there will be people that will be disappointed.
Well, there's going to be people that are disappointed that they didn't win every possible game, right?
Yeah, but I think if they win just one of these, people are going to be a significant minority of people will be upset. They will be disappointed.
Again, it depends on the competition
Depends on
because
which
like
one they win too.
if they win the Champions League, make like the conference final, make a deep cup run, go through the League's Cup, but only win the Champions League. I don't see any kind of disappointment in that.
No.
However, if you win like the Open Cup, crash out of the group stage in like the League's Cup, lose in the first round of the Champions League, and like don't even make MLS playoffs, yeah, that's
Yeah,
disappointing.
that's disappointing. Yes. I th- I think if they're going to win one and not disappoint anybody, it's MLS Cup
Yeah, or Champions League,
or Champions League. I
one of
think
those
some
two.
people will be disappointed if they don't get the Champions League. If they only win the Champions League.
I don't
Eh,
know. It's hard because MLS teams really don't win the CONCACAF Champions League.
no,
So winning it, showing that Seattle wasn't a fluke,
right.
that would be good.
Showing MLS really is a good league.
Yeah. And is competitive with Liga MX.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
But I still think there are people that will not see that.
Maybe.
Anyway. Yeah, but the issue is you try and go after all 5 of these trophies, you can fail at all of them.
Yeah.
So you spread yourself too thin, don't rotate enough, burn people out. We're going to have trouble.
The other issue is if you focus on like one or two trophies and don't manage to win them, now what?
Yeah.
You already phoned in the others.
Yeah, but if you phone it in but get through anyway and then
Oh,
crash
sure.
out,
Sure.
you adjust your priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would not be surprised if at some point they're looking at like, we're actually advancing in this particular tournament. Maybe we, play more starters so that and then rest them later and maybe give up a couple regular season games
Yeah.
because we rotate heavy. That
Yeah.
that could be some of their thinking. I'd
Like
like to think
I
that they
could
would plan.
I could see them rotating in the Open Cup
Yeah.
like the first round or two, and then like if they advance past it, you probably start to play your starting 11 in those games.
Yes. So they adjust the priorities depending on how things are going, which
Yeah.
I think the union staff is good enough to do that.
I have
They're smart enough.
faith enough in them to do
Yeah.
that, at
Yes.
least.
So yeah, no, that's been. It will be exciting.
Yes.
Do I think they're going to go 5 for 5? No,
No.
that is not happening.
Would it be great?
Would it be
Absolutely.
great? Yes, that would be an
Yes.
awesome season. I think they probably realistically the ceiling is 2. Any more than 2, you're probably burning people out.
Yeah, I could see that.
You're probably burning people out too much and you can't get to the 3rd. And if you try, you may not even be able to get the 2nd.
Yeah.
But it could happen. I mean,
Sure. It could happen that they win everything.
yeah. Like
Could
you
also
go to
happen that they win nothing.
the League's Cup because the season is paused. Right? You make it through that. And you find yourself, still in the hunt for the Open Cup or something.
Yeah. And MLS Cup is months away.
And yeah, the MLS Cup is so far away. I could see, but I really don't see 3 as being realistic for any MLS team. I don't care who they are.
I mean, 3 isn't really realistic for anyone.
Right. That's what I'm
But
saying.
it
3 is
still
not
happens.
realistic.
It does still happen, right?
Yes. It's a possibility.
Teams can win every competition that they're in.
Yes.
It is a possibility.
Yes. You buy your ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I again, the the priorities are probably going to shift depending on how these tournaments go.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
And like if you like crash out of one, you start to prioritize the other ones a little more.
Right. And if you find yourself going through, it's like, well, then now we got to make sure we're close. So we're going to go for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least close enough, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're in the quarterfinals of some competition, you're like, well, we can win this.
Yeah. Yeah. When winning gets close,
Yeah.
you start to go, all right, we're going all out for this one.
Yeah.
I could see it. Anyway, I hope they added enough depth to be able to do this.
Me too.
Because the one place they were short last year was depth.
And they struggled,
Yes.
kinda.
Kinda.
Lost in the Open Cup because of their depth.
Right.
Depth just wasn't good enough. But now kids are 1 year older, added some more key depth pieces that were really good depth pieces. Some of them were borderline starters on some teams.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. I think the quality of the depth has gone up.
Yeah.
And the depth of the depth has gone up.
And the quantity of the depth has gone up.
Yeah. Like I think they just have more and better depth. Starters, they're the same. They're a year older, which means a year closer to retirement for most of them.
Well, for all of them.
For all of them, yes.
That's how that works.
But some of them have not peaked yet.
Yeah, okay.
And some of them may just be beyond their peak.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the age that the players are. And then
they're also 1 year more that they've spent together. So that early season, like chemistry building that they needed to get through last season, that's already done.
Yeah, I hope so.
Like Carranza, Ua, Gazdag should all be on the same page.
Yeah. That would be awesome if they could start out the way they played the middle and end of the season last year.
It'd be phenomenal.
Yeah. Do I think they're going to win any games by 6? No. That's just not going to happen.
Maybe 1, but that's about it. I don't have expectations of that happening.
No, neither do
but I can definitely see it.
When we were at the DC game, and it got 3-4-0, and you could see DC was just beat.
Yeah.
Their body language went to defeat. Did you expect 7? No. Did you expect 5? Maybe.
Probably. Yeah.
But you didn't expect 6 nor 7.
Maybe not 6, but I definitely expected them to score at least 1 more.
Yeah.
Especially if the kids were put on and they want to prove that they can score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is it possible? I was just insane last year.
Yeah. It was.
That they managed to win 4 by 6 or more, all shutouts,
all in the same season.
All in the same season. All in the same 2-month span.
Yeah.
It was July and August, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think they were, anyway.
And I think some of them were like back-to-back wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it. All right. So that means it starts today.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today.
What happened? What's happening today?
Okay. Union are going to be hosting Columbus with Crew, Wilfred Nancy's team.
Okay. So new manager for them.
Yeah.
New team for Wilfred Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
he was really good last year, won Coach of the Year. I expect him to be good this season.
Yeah.
It's not like the Crew are a bad team. They were struggling, got their coach fired. But
I think they'll be up. I think they'll be up for it.
yeah, definitely.
I think their expectations are, yeah, new coach, good.
Yeah.
You know, he's good. He's going to help us. You know, the team is going to be better, so I think they will be playing better. They will not be continuing to struggle as badly.
No.
There will be
Especially,
teething issues.
Yeah, I could see that. But seeing how Columbus added the reinforcements last summer and how they played at the back half of last season, they were really good. The front half really killed them. And I expect them to be as good as that back half, if not better. And they're probably looking at the Union saying, this is the team to beat. Let's go out today and prove that we can beat them and we will beat them.
Right. Yeah.
So they're going to be up for the game.
The Union is going to get everybody's A game.
Yeah.
Especially coming to Subaru Park.
Yes.
Because when was the last time they lost at Subaru Park?
New York City.
New York City.
Eastern Conference Final.
The conference final with most of the starters out with COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
That is an accomplishment if you can come into Philly and win.
Yeah. And everyone wants to play that spoiler.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. You could be having a crappy season, but you get to play that spoiler, and that's something to hang your hat on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not going to be an easy game. I would like to see them pick up where they left off last the end of the regular season. They were playing well together. Their defense was solid. They were scoring goals. I do not want to see them regress back to, we gave up another late goal and it was an equalizer and now we have another draw 8 million times in a row.
Yeah, that was rough.
That hurt a lot. Yeah. It would have been one thing if they were down and then kept coming back.
Mm-hmm. But they were up.
Giving it away.
Yeah, that was
and
rough.
You know the team has pride in their defense. And that was their philosophy was don't give up those goals.
Yeah. And they kept giving up those goals.
So let's not start that again, please.
I mean, at least they weren't losing, but man,
yeah,
it was a tough run of games, to be fair. But
yes,
man, just hold on and win.
Yeah. So it's the home opener. Let's start with a win.
Yeah.
That would be the thing to do. Assert dominance. Make every team look at their schedule and go, "Oh crap, we're going to Philly."
Yeah.
It's in 3 months, but we're going to Philly.
Yeah.
Let's start with that.
That'd be great.
Have a good game, play well. Make the crew work for very little. It's like they played really well. They got nothing for it.
Yeah.
Even if it's a close game in the end, that's that gets scary. It's like let's start with a clean sheet. That would be awesome.
Yes.
Prove the punditry right.
Yeah.
They've picked you very high, except for a couple of outliers. They've all picked you to win.
Second.
Which, yeah, the outliers were second.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that has to do with all these other tournaments.
Yeah. And maybe some teams can pull off that upset and finish first.
Yeah.
But yeah, prove them right. Prove that you are the best team in the East.
Yeah. And show that you don't fear anybody coming out of the West either.
Yeah.
by just being good, continuing to be good.
Be dominant too. Not just good. Dominant.
Not just good, be dominant. Yeah. That would be great. Be a great way to start.
Yeah.
So, and it's going to be on Apple TV in front of the paywall. Well, all the opening week matches, all the opening matches will be in front of the paywall this week. So that's good.
Yeah.
So if you're still on the fence about whether or not you want to sign up for the service, you don't have to pay yet to see the matches.
This week.
This week. Yes. And if you're a T-Mobile customer, apparently you can get it for the first 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Where you have to pay.
Until like March something.
Yeah, like middle of March.
Yeah.
I thought. So that's good. A lot to look forward to. You're wearing the right jersey.
Wrong jersey.
No, you're wearing the good one.
The good one, yes. It's the wrong jersey though.
It's the wrong one because they're playing at home. But
Yeah. And also they don't use this one anymore.
they don't use it. No, but it's still the better one.
Yes.
All right. Enough about jerseys. We talked about them last time. Again, I want to see them in person. If they look good, fine.
They're good.
They're good. If they look good, they're good.
Yeah. If not,
I'll just buy a home jersey then.
yeah,
Because those are solid.
they are.
I mean, they're solid colored. They're
Mostly
the
solid
jerseys are good.
Yeah.
It's a
The
good
jerseys are
solid effort at a home jersey that doesn't need to be fancy.
Yeah.
So, anyway, anything else you want to say about the match or the season coming up?
Just win.
Just win.
Just win.
Yeah, that'd be
Win
nice.
something.
Win more than one something.
That'd be great. But
That would be
at
great.
least won something.
At least one something. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be good. All right. Then let's sign off, and we'll talk to you all next week when we get some more insight and see how the Apple TV coverage is going to go and how the match goes and more stuff to preview.
Yep.
All right. Yep. Tune in next week for more Philadelphia Union coverage. Thanks for watching and listening to the South Jersey Soccer Cast. If you are on YouTube, please leave some comments to let us know how we are doing. Then like and subscribe to get notified when we upload next week's episode.